Hello, my lovely Aquarians, and a very warm welcome to your annual forecast 2023 to 2024. Now, the year starts out with two of the personal planets, Mercury and Mars, retrograde. So the best way to make use of these energies is to focus upon your internal world, to learn to get in touch with what's going on inside of you. We tend to be very focused on the external world and what other people are doing or saying or thinking, what we have to do. But this is an opportunity to focus inwardly. If you try to focus outwards too much, you may be frustrated because chances are things are going to move slowly into this new year. Mars goes direct on the 12th, 13th of the month. So about the middle of the month, things begin to pick up a little momentum. But if you're focused inside and you're focused on recharging your batteries, not running on an empty level or a low level of charge, but really charging yourself to 100%. Isn't it lovely when you look at your phone and, oh, it's at 100%, or your computer? Feels good. Equally, it will feel good for you to focus your attention on how can I fill my batteries up. And if you focus on that and doing things that nurture you, on resting enough, getting enough quality sleep, on doing things that you enjoy, on just being in nature, being with animals, whatever it does that puts you into that timeless space, it will be really helpful because the momentum will build as we move later into the month of January. So Mercury retrograde here in your 12th house until the 18th, resonating there with Pluto. So it's going to be a wonderful time for journaling, for writing, for researching, for going deeply into the spiritual, metaphysical, unseen realms. And you like that anyway, many of you, but really just allowing yourself to slow that thinking pattern down. You're an air sign, so mentally you're very active, usually mentally. See if you can find ways to slow it and to do the internal re-energization. Mars retrograde in this 5th house until the 12th, 13th. So again, just learning how to be patient, how to go more slowly and to pace yourself. You know, if you want to climb to the top of the mountain, you've got to really practice and breathing and go slowly. If you just run too quickly, you run out of steam. That's the energy of the Mars retrograde. It's a great time for reassessing your gifts, your talents. You might be reassessing a business idea, a product, a service. And then after the 12th, 13th, it's a great time for taking action and moving forward with more intent. And you'll find that the external energies should be more supportive at that point. The next big event is on March the 8th, when Saturn will go into Pisces, moving out of your sign. You'll be going, woo, hooray! But it's done some good, yes. It's put some really good structures into your world. You've had to release things that don't work, and a new you is emerging. Now, Saturn for the next 3 years approximately will be resonating with Neptune in your 2nd house. Now, these two planets, believe it or not, actually can be very complementary in frequency. Neptune is the boundless, the dream, the vision, that which is unlimited. And Saturn brings structure, a container for your dreams to be expressed in this physical world. So they can go very well together, because in this 2nd house, this is the 2nd house of money. It's also the 2nd house of your talents, your gifts. So financially, Neptune in the second these years, sometimes that can mean that the money just somehow slips through your fingers. Don't know where it's gone, but it's gone. Saturn there can help you really to hold on to it a little more, to make more use of it, to feel as though, I'm doing some good things with this. So this is a really good time for structuring your finances, for looking at what's important to me. What are my needs? What are my wants? How can I simplify my life? And it's an opportunity to get strong and to put some foundations into your financial world. It's very positive, potentially, especially if you're willing to take practical baby steps. That's the way to work with Saturn. Also, it's a wonderful time for pursuing creative gifts that you have in spades. You have many creative gifts, and for making them real. And they can become very good money earners as well. So explore that. Go deeper. Be willing to work upon those gifts. Saturn may indicate that there's some work to be done. But with the effort and with the work, you can accomplish those dreams that Neptune promises. So it's great stuff. March the 23rd, Pluto will come into your sign just for 3 months. We're getting a little taster of it. And then from January of 2024, it's going to be in your sign, Aquarius, for 20 years, till about 2043, 2044. Long period. So what does this mean? Well, this is a very powerful aspect for you. Yeah, it's an energy of you calibrating your power, raising your frequency, raising your consciousness to a whole new level. It's an opportunity for utter transformation out from the caterpillar into the butterfly, into the light. And you really, it gives you the most magical powers if you're willing to dig deep, to find the treasure inside of you, and keep digging and not give up, and be resilient and be relentless. You're going to find some amazing diamonds, gold, and precious resources that you've not yet explored, that are life-changing. I mean, it's massive, and it's wonderful, and it's full of potential. April the 20th, we've got a solar eclipse happening here in your 3rd house. So this resonating there with Jupiter is new opportunities for new networks, new negotiations, new people, new communities, new connections, new learning. You might be studying something new, you might be teaching it, sharing and mentoring and coaching others. It's also very good for writing, anything to do with the written word. On May the 5th, we've got a lunar eclipse in your 8th house. And this is shining a light on anything that might be hidden, anything you might have swept under the carpet. It's time to bring it out into the air and to see that there are certain things that you may no longer need, and you can just free yourself and feel lighter. It's a wonderful time for exploring possible financial partnerships, best use of resources. You may be getting involved in new projects, in a partnership, in a collaboration, maybe something to do with the earth, something to do with the animals, maybe something technological that's really powerful that can help heal people. There's a lot in there. Woo! And on May the 17th, Jupiter will go into your 4th house, resonating there with Uranus. It's going to stay there for about a year. And Jupiter and Uranus actually go very well together. Now, some of you may be moving. Some of you may be traveling. You may be expanding your home in some way, maybe expanding your family. You may be finding your soul family, your tribe, and extending it further outwards. There may be some good news about family, maybe some changes to do with family, but generally, this is a very powerfully positive energy. It enables you to connect with your ancestors, the wisdom of the past, and bring it into the present and the future. It's very exciting. June the 12th, we've got Pluto briefly for the next 6-7 months going back into the 12th house, just encouraging you to find the power within and to connect with those unseen forces more and more, which you've been doing. And to know that it's important to blend the spiritual side of you with the physical material side of you. On October the 14th, we've got a solar eclipse happening in your 9th house. This is wonderful, again, for this spiritual exploration. It's wonderful for travel. It's wonderful for international connections, for connecting with people from far and wide, maybe not only from this planet, but intergalactically and further into multiverses and who knows what. This is wonderful for teaching, for sharing, and for just a new direction somehow, or a re-energization, a rejuvenation of your spiritual path. October the 28th, we've got a lunar eclipse happening here in your 4th house, and this really can trigger a move, a change of environment. It's not necessarily a physical move, although for some of you it really will be. But there's a significant change in what you need and want in your environment. And it's going to be very empowering for you. All the Mercury retrogrades this coming year are into earth signs. So this would indicate that whatever ideas you've got, Mercury, whatever thoughts, ideas, things that you are excited about, it's going to be very important to bring them into practical reality. The earth signs want to see something, a result of their work. So it's a good year for setting yourself baby steps, and every day doing those baby steps so that you feel as though you're accomplishing something and achieving something. It's going to feel really good, and you'll be working with those Mercury retrograde frequencies. There you have it, my lovely Aquarians. I wish you a very happy new year. Thank you for subscribing if you have not already, for liking, for sharing and commenting, and I read all your comments. Much love. Bye for now.